lost the football game. Stanford made more plays than we did, and we turned the football over late in the game. And each game that we've lost this year, we've turned the football over against quality opposition, against good football teams. Stanford is clearly a good football team. We did that against Miami. We did it against Georgia. And you can't turn the football over against really good football teams, and then you got to make some plays. And, we got to coach better. We got to play better. We got to coach better. And, Stanford, made the plays when they needed to. So proud of my football team. They played a tough schedule this year. They played hard. Our seniors did a great job of putting our football program back to where it needs to be. But I would call it just the first coat of paint for where we are. There's another level for us, and we'll certainly look at this season and feel it was a good foundation for us to look to be one step higher next year, to reach higher for more. And I got to thank our seniors for giving us that opportunity. Now, we'll give them some time to weight train and condition, and the goal is to get a 10th win. And we've got one more game together, and that's an important milestone for us. So that'll be our focus now over the next month. So with that, we'll open up to questions.
Brian, how healthy was Josh Adams tonight? And just, could you talk us through how you used him with the 20 carries?
No, he had no issues in terms of his health. He was 100%.
And Brandon tonight, where did things get away from him a little bit? And could you talk us through the first pick where he was trying to go to Durham? Yeah,
I mean, he knows that in those kinds of situations where he's working the ball into the short field, that he's got a progression, and he's got to take care of the football, and he knows where he needs to be with the football in those situations.
Overall, your defense tonight, specifically, and how you defended Bryce Love?
Yeah, I don't think that was an issue tonight. We needed to make some plays on the ball in the air. I think if you were to break down the defense, we got to make some plays on the ball in the air. And we can't put the defense on the short field like we did twice. But I thought, by and large, the plan was good. The kids came out, were in a great mindset. We turned a good game into a not-so-good game by turning the football over late.
Coach, to your right, some uncharacteristic struggles on short yardage for your offense. What did they do to kind of slow you guys down?
I just think it was a tough physical game. I think we had our share of wins. They had some wins. I think it was just, it was going to go down to the last possession if we don't hand them 2 touchdowns. Again, they have to get it in the end zone. I don't want to take anything away from Stanford, right? But yeah, I don't think there was anything in terms of struggles. I mean, they made some plays, and we got to coach better. Got to get our kids into great plays, and we got to execute a little better.
What was Brandon's reaction in the locker room? How do you coach him going forward in this next month after playing fine with 2 touchdown passes, but then having the struggles at the end?
Brandon's a competitor. He'll bounce back. He is who he is. He wants to win as bad as anybody, and he'll go back to work and work on his craft. And he's our starting quarterback, and he'll be starting in the bowl game.
Coach, seemed like Bryce Love kind of piled some yards on at the end after giving some possessions, but up and through the first 3 quarters, you guys it seemed like in the front seven really did a good job attacking. We just kind of assessed the play of that group, your line and then your linebackers.
Yeah, I thought Mike had a great plan. We matched personnel groupings, had a pretty good sense of what they were going to do. Look, it's power football. I mean, you got to win the line of scrimmage. It's not fancy. I mean, they've been really good all year, popping some plays. I think our kids were consistent. They played physical. But, they also throw the ball well, and they made some plays. I think that was really the difference. So I think it's what we thought it would be. We thought the game would get into the fourth quarter and we'd have a chance to win it. We didn't expect to turn the football over a couple of times. But I liked our plan. I liked what we were doing. We were changing personnel groupings. We moved Drew back to safety in some groupings, brought Asmar in to get a little bit bigger. And I think we're matched up to some of their personnel groupings to help to that end of, trying to slow down Bryce Love.
Niles and Tavon combined for, I think, 14 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, made some other plays on the ball. Just specifically to them, it seemed like they were at or behind the line a lot today. Could you just kind of talk about what you saw from those guys? Greer obviously had some plays too, but those two I thought really.
Yeah, we were tacking downhill. We were overloading gaps. We were really forcing, them to, do some things in the passing game. It was really to try to take away any continuity that they could get in the running game. And I think at one time they might have been 0 for 6 or 7 in third down conversions. We were doing a pretty good job in forcing them to throw the ball in third down situations. And again, they made some plays. But again, I think the plan going in was to attack the line of scrimmage. Those backers were free to do it. We needed to get some help on the back end.
Can you talk about what just the play of Kevin Stefferson and Equanimeous tonight combined for 223 yards, big plays, had some big blocks downfield, what you saw from those two guys tonight?
Played well, both of them. Played fast. That's the way we got to have them play. I mean, they're both guys that can be game changers.
Did you feel like there was more out there for them in this game? It seemed like there was a couple opportunities where just maybe a ball just a bit late or a bit behind where you maybe could have had some of those early opportunities.
We got to coach better, and we got to play better.
The last thing, the momentum swing after the long punt return, and then you kind of have the 2 straight penalties, get a field goal. Did you feel like the game kind of started to change after that?
I didn't think it's changed, but I thought it was a key time, Brian, in the game where we do a great job defensively. Well, first of all, we do a great job with the punt. Down it on the 1. Great defensive transition. We get a great punt return. And then 2 silly mistakes, with the procedure penalties. And then settle for a field goal. We've been really good all year about taking those possessions and turning them into touchdowns. It just felt like we left some points out there. I didn't feel like it was slipping away in that sense, but I felt like we left some points out there.
Hey, Brian. You guys obviously seemed like you were really rolling up until maybe halftime of the Wake Forest game. I'm wondering if you noticed if something changed in that moment, and if so, what it was.
No, not really. I mean, I love the way the kids play. Their mindset is good. They played hard today. It's really kind of what I talked about. The issues that we've had against really good football teams, Miami, good football team, Georgia, good football team, and the Stanford team, a good football team, is turning the football over. If we turn the football over against good teams, and we didn't play bad football teams and turn it over. We played really good football teams and turn it over. And if you do that, you're going to put yourself in a bad situation. So, yeah, there's the guys were tired or they weren't mentally sharp or they didn't come ready to play. These guys were ready to play. They wanted to win today. Got to hold on to the football. Can't turn it over.
Coach, over here. You beat USC pretty handily, and now you've lost to Stanford. How do you think those two teams will match up on Friday night?
Each week is a different – it's so different from week to week. It's hard to really – both of them are different styles. The physicality of Stanford versus the athleticism of USC, two different styles. We didn't turn the ball over against USC. we won the game. We turned it over against Stanford. So both of them are fine football teams. I think it'll be a great match, but it's a match-up of different styles offensively. And I would venture to guess it'll be the team that takes care of the football. The team that takes care of the football is probably going to win that game. I think I went out on a limb there.